Alright, welcome back. Let's talk about maps. Maps are key value pairs. So far with lists and sets, we've basically been working with elements within a list. And those elements have been, you can access them by having a array, or kind of like an array, you have an index. So maps are, instead of having an index, we actually have a key value pair. So let's create a new class called maps. Here's my main. Okay, so let's do this, right? So let's create a implement map interfaces. Okay, so first let's create a we can say a hash map of integer string. So we're gonna have a key. So we're going to have like some kind of key here, and then the value is in the second one. So a key value pair, and let's call it hmap equals new hash map of the same key value pair types. Empty constructor. Okay, so these declarations can get a little bit nasty, bring in the hash map. But just get used to it. You have the type and then the key value pair types, data types, the name, and then you basically repeat that line here with an empty constructor. Okay, and then right away I'm going to create a utility map or utility class or function. We'll say public static void map utility. So this will take a map, the same integer string pair, and call it map. Okay, there we go. Now we need to bring in the map interface. Okay, very good. Alright, so what we want to do is right away we're just going to call hmap, right? So, or not hmap, we need to call map utility and pass hmap. Okay, so from here what we're going to do is add key value pairs. Okay, so how do we do that? We do map dot put, and then we have, say, some integer value. So our key is, say, 101, and then we have Steve. Okay, map dot put, we'll do 502 will be Roger. Map dot put, let's do 22 will be Jennifer. Let's do a couple more here. Map.put, I'm going to make sure they have different orderings here. 315 will be Micah. Map.put, another key value pair, will be 750 will be Kelly. Okay, so I think these are not in any kind of particular order. Yeah, okay. Very good. So now we want to, of course, expose elements or access, right? Access elements. And to do that, we can do print. We want to print, say, see all the keys. So if we want to see all the keys that we just generated that are in this map, then we can do map dot, again, a lot of methods available for us within the map interface, but we want map dot key set. Here we go. And let's see, let's also print out see all key value pairs. Then we can do map dot, actually just map will reveal everything. So let's run this before we get any farther ahead. There we go. 101, 502, 22, 15, these are the keys. And then Steve, Roger, Jennifer, Mika, and Kelly. Now if we change these to, let's say, a linked hash map, and let's copy this over here and run this again. So the order did not change. If we did this to tree map, let's change that here and bring in the tree maps. These are the three that we want to talk about. Run, and there it reorganizes. So it's possible. So if we did hash map is supposed to be random, but it looked like it actually retained the order. Steve, Roger, Jennifer, Mika, and Kelly, which is very odd. Typically that doesn't happen. In fact, let me add one more here. And I'm going to add this like 36. This will be Ellie. If I run this now, there we go. Now we have some different kind of order. So hash is supposed to be somewhat random order. Linked hash map. And actually, see, this should just be map, and then this should be the type should be over here. So linked hash map should now rearrange it to the order that we actually entered it in, and then tree map, like with sets, will now actually reorganize everything to alphabetical or by index, actually by key. So we see it's actually organized by key. Okay. So that's how we expose elements with the map.keyset and then just printing the map. And then also, how do we iterate through a map of key value pairs? So this isn't as easy as you think, because there's not exactly a I mean, how do you, because what you want to get is actually the key sets, the keys. So because, for example, if we want to print out sysout, we'll want to do map dot get, and then we want to get, say, at 502. We want to get the index here at 502. So just like we would actually with the list, but because we have key value pairs, we have to uniquely know what those key sets are. So what we want to do then is actually iterate through the entire key set. So this is what we want to iterate through. So for each element in the key set, we're going to do some work. So what is the element in the key set? Well, these are integers. So if we're going to iterate through the entire set of key sets, we're going to be grabbing integers. So we want to say integer key in the key set, and then we want to print out, let's say, something like key, and then concatenate, add the key, and then we say, so that's good, and then value is map.get at the key. And we'll just concatenate this thing to close it off. There we go. Okay, now if we run this here, there is our iteration right there. Okay, so that's how we can get with maps. And then once again, we have the linked hash map, or with a linked hash map and then hash map, so and tree map. So those are different types of maps that we can use. But this is really just kind of an introduction to the collections framework so that you can talk intelligently for your interview, right? And so you should be able to talk about the difference between the list and set and map, talk about how to iterate through those items using the API methods that we've used, talk about iterating through using iterators and the for each and the different methods, again, when to use which collection. So if you understand it conceptually, you're able to manipulate data using these data structures, then you'll do just fine. But make sure you have a good understanding of the collections framework. That's a very important part that will distinguish you from other people in terms of evaluating interviews and resumes.